Hello and welcome to everyone. This is the OTech Pros weekly webinar held every every Saturday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Today we have it at a different time, which is 11 a.m., but we're going to go back to our normal time next Saturday. Today our topic is Eye on Dubai, etc. It's the event that happened yesterday, April 15th in Dubai. We're all excited about it. And we're going to be starting off with Oliver Fonte, who's going to share his thoughts about the event.
You are muted, Oliver.
Go ahead and unmute.
Hey, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. I want to first thank everybody that is here today, despite the fact that we changed our time and you made it. I want to say thank you. And I've seen that we are all fire up. And that's why we have people here with us today that are ready to listen and to, like I keep saying, this is your business. And I like to see people attending shows to know more about their business. This is your business. You own it. You have a domain account. You have a website. The link number 59 and the link number 49, number 50 and number 49. These are links that belongs to you. So please make sure, sell your business out there, respect your business, like what we saw yesterday. What we saw on the 15th, we thought is going to be the show of the show. But yesterday, it took us to the next level. ONPASSIVE products are destructive. We saw how destructive it was yesterday in Dubai. We've already positioned ourselves. ONPASSIVE has positioned itself. We saw it yesterday, how our CEO, a fearless lion, what he showed to us yesterday, how strategic he makes decisions based on his strategies, and he follows them, and we saw it yesterday. Dubai was all blue yesterday. Dubai was all painted with ONPASSIVE. From the mall, we saw all the pillars in the mall, ONPASSIVE. The street, ONPASSIVE. Gas station, ONPASSIVE. Look at the biggest screen on Earth, on this planet Earth, is there the whole day with ONPASSIVE. Later on, will be every 5 minutes on that screen in that mall. The biggest screen on this planet Earth, ONPASSIVE, with 800 TVs. 800 TVs, down 800 screens that were put together to make that screen. The pictures that you saw, like I keep saying, talk about fiber optic cables. Fiber optic cables were used on that screen, and that you saw the brightness. ONPASSIVE was bright, the brightness, the color, the everything that we saw there. We saw how beautiful that country is. We've captured Dubai. With all the other companies that flood in, the other companies that are in there, they can't do what we've done. We are starting from the top, according to our CEO. And it's true. This is your business. All of us, we need to be happy. What we saw yesterday, you need to be happy. Claim this your business. ONPASSIVE is your business. Claim it, own it, and run away with it. Know more about your business. Let me talk about the amount of people that were there yesterday on the street. More than 20,000 people saw it yesterday. They were on the street. They saw it yesterday. Tell me, with all founders also, the last push for all founders was we saw that also yesterday. Please, I don't have that much to say. I want to say, Mr. Ash, thank you. Big bro, Madi, you did a wonderful job. Thank you. Redfern, you are a good reporter. You are more than the CNN, MNBC reporter. I want to say you did a wonderful job yesterday. And for all those, our heroes who talked yesterday, my brother Collins, who is here, Comfort, you guys did a wonderful job. I want to say thank you, bros and sis, you guys. Lynn, you know you are our mama in the house. I will not stop to say thank you. The largest indoor screen, let me say this again, was yesterday that I saw. Man, it was wonderful. I can't stop talking about what happened yesterday. Like the CEO said, the one that is coming next is going to be more than this. I don't know what can be more than this. So I want to say thank you when we go around to the discussion table, I'll come with more points. Thank you. Marlene, over to you.
All righty. And I do agree. Seeing is different from just reading about it. When you actually see the video footage, I was in awe, as all of us were. All right, next we have Vincent Ete, who's going to talk about his reaction to the Dubai event.
Thank you, Angeline, for this opportunity. Thank you also, my brother Oliver, for this wonderful presentation. So I will start from yesterday event. It was wonderful. So I will say, or I will call this event like conjunction of ONPASSIVE. On the road, everywhere we saw ONPASSIVE. It was amazing, fantastic. So I haven't seen such event in my life before. So everything was perfectly organized, all the street, everywhere, even you can see the high definition TV everywhere in the street, in the corner of Dubai. So it was a wonderful event, something we haven't seen it before in the world. We haven't seen any big tech company have done this event before. No, all this big event in the world, we haven't seen anyone did what we saw yesterday in Dubai. It was amazing. It was those who still not believing in this, I think we don't have enough to say, because seeing this event, and then if you are still not convinced that ONPASSIVE is a real company, is one of the big tech in this new century, if you're still not convinced, I don't have a word to tell you, because everything was there yesterday. And then even most of the big techs, giant in the world, they haven't done what we have done in ONPASSIVE. Blue Water yesterday, it was amazing. So we saw so many things that we haven't seen before. So, well, Dubai, the CEO, even yesterday, the CEO was many times, Antolin Shaw was saying that Marty called him a crazy man. But if he's not crazy, like Marty said today, if he's not crazy, he wouldn't do this event. So because it's crazy that you organized this event. Thank you, guys. It was amazing. It was heartbroken. So because a lot of people, they couldn't believe. I saw some people was watching the event and then they were crying. They said, no, it's not true. We think maybe it's a joke, but it's true. So I will thanks also all this guy who organized this wonderful event. Our big brother, Mati Degamo, is the papa in the house. We also thank Ref, because also it was like my brother Oliver said, the journalist in actions. So we also, we don't forget our mama in the house, Antolin, for organizing this show. It's because of us, because of her, we are here today again, and then we are talking about yesterday event. Wonderful. So I think we are going close to Easter tomorrow. Without waste time, we'll bless her, we'll bless all this team. We wish them all the best, and then we wish them a happy Easter for their life, for their family. They did a great job, amazing job, because what they did, I haven't seen that before, and then no one have done this kind of thing they did. It was amazing. It was over my expectation. So, and then, so one thing I have only got to thank them. And then without to leave or to finish, let's also thank our CEO, Mr. Ash, for the wonderful inspiration, for the wonderful spirit he has. And then he bring all together and then all come to pass, because we think it was a dream. But day and day, what I watched on 30th March, I think the dream, it was a dream come to life. But watching for yesterday, I think it's no more, I cannot call it a dream anymore, because it's a real life now. So thanks God for all these people, all the CEO and the LC members, all the leaders of ONPASSIVE, all people contribute this event come to life. We thank you all, and then God bless you, all of you. God bless ONPASSIVE as well. Thank you. I'll pass to Angeline.
Thank you, Vincent. Yes, it was an epic event, and reality hit us when we actually saw the footage. It was just, as you say, amazing.
Amazing.
Yes, definitely. All right, now we have Collins Mana, who would like to share.
Thank you, Lynn. Thank you, Bro Oliver. Just thank you, all the viewers. Thanks, Maddie, for being here again. It's our big bro in the house. And just want to thank God first before extending to Mr. Ash, because If God is not on your side, forget it. You can't do anything, you know. And to those who think, you know, when I then just take my mental flight back to when I joined ONPASSIVE, looking at everything, talking to people, and they believe, they were just thinking like ONPASSIVE is a wishful thinking. What would they say now? Those watching, what would they say? It is not a wishful thinking. It is a reality. You know, yesterday I thought I was dreaming. I wake up this morning and I still ask myself, am I still dreaming? Or I'm still confused because I'm just like, maybe I'm dreaming. I still need to go and sleep and then rethink again about ONPASSIVE. You know, what we saw yesterday really blew our mind. You know, the marketing campaign have just shattered Dubai. There is no way because it's just straight in your face. You know, sometimes I always said, like when I defined Mr. Ash Mufara, I said, for you to do this, you must be abnormal to be normal. You must be abnormal for you to do this. You must be abnormal. It means you must think like a crazy person to be normal. And that is what Mr. Ash have just done. Because what we have seen is crazy. And what he said yesterday, he said, it's a teaser. The best is still yet to come. So if I said this is the best, and I said, Mr. Ash Mufara, you are abnormal to be normal. So what will you do again that will kill us? You know, and he said, we will take over the world. What we will see will take over. He said, this is just a teaser. And I'm still asking myself, am I still dreaming? Is it real? When will I get up from my sleep? Because it's like I'm still sleeping. And when Brother Oliver called me this morning, I thought it's still a dream. I said, maybe I'm still speaking in my dream. But it's real. Because it is not a dream. It is real. ONPASSIVE is real. What we saw yesterday, 2 floors and everything running across Dubai in your face is not a joke. And this will go back to the product because Mr. Ash is a master planner, a master mind of defining what we build and what we have as a product. Because he always said, he is the best of the best marketer. Mr. Marty Digamo always said it, the best of the best marketer. But what can you market or what will you market if there is no product? So he defined the product, defined the base, and he said, yes, this is the time for me to roll my, if you look at me, I've rolled my sleeve like Mr. Ash Mufara. He said, this is time to roll your sleeve and then do what he knows he can do best, which is the marketing part of it. So Mr. Ash Mufara, I just want to thank you and may God continue to protect you because what you will do will change mankind forever. And what we've seen yesterday, as you said, the best is still yet to come. ONPASSIVE will fall from the sky and mankind will see that the big dog is here on this planet Earth. Thank you, Lynn. And just thank you very much, all the viewers.
Thank you, Colin. I do agree. ONPASSIVE is going to dominate. Next, we have Marty DeGarmo, who would like to share some stuff with us. Go ahead, Marty.
Hello. Yeah, it was an unbelievable thing that happened yesterday. And by the way, all of you did a great job. Oliver, Collins, Vincent, and Lynn, unbelievable. Because I think the company's, I think the people make it as powerful as it is. I was thinking about yesterday. I love leveraging. I love the viral effect. Not as easy to get as people might think. But I was just thinking about yesterday, you know, there was 20,000 people around the Burj Khalifa. And if you notice, I watch it on my large screen, I see all these flashes going off from the bottom. And I went, wow, all those people taking pictures. Now, let's say only half did, that's 10,000 people. Now, originally they're taking a picture because of its greatness and the colors and all that. But subconsciously, in most of them, ONPASSIVE is being imprinted in their mind. Okay. So you've got 10,000 people taking pictures and they go home and share it with 10 people. Let's just say 10. That's 10 people. Now you're sharing it with 10 people times 10,000. Okay. So now you're at 100,000 have seen this either there directly or indirectly at home. Some of those people at home see the Burj Khalifa, and some people at home are focusing on what is on passive.com, what is founders.net, and they start punching it in Google. Okay, now don't stop there. We do this every week. So now take that number times 4, you've got almost 500,000 people doing it every month. Times 12 months is 4,800,000. That's not calculating the people at home that saw how beautiful Dubai is, and their trip next year or so is to go see what they saw in that picture of what their friends were showing. So when you do that, that's what's called the viral effect. Viral and compounding is the ninth wonder of the world. If you do that, viral actually means, okay, it means that what you did, that you paid for, no doubt, and we know he paid a lot, but what he paid for in turn is being shared by thousands, tens of thousands, maybe millions for free. So that cost drops down every time it's shared. Now, actually out of his pocket, it doesn't, but what effect is this going to have on the business 2 months from now, 3 months from now, 4 months from now, a year from now? It's unbelievable how much. It's just totally mind-boggling to even try to think of it. Now, picture that going on every week. Every week, people are going to share it for you. Why? Because they're taking pictures. Of course, they're going to share it. And because it's on the biggest building in the world, you're getting triple, quadruple marketing, branding for free. Right? For free. Now, on top of that, Mr. Mufar is going to move from other countries and other places to do the same. Then it's going to be in magazines. And then people say, well, where'd you see that? I said, in Dubai, it's on the Burj Khalifa. You got to be kidding. Then it's going to hit a company or another company or another company and go, whoa, I don't know who they are or what they are, but they're marketing, they've got digital products. Go find out about them. Now you have thousands, and we talked about this before with the tech guys, 1 million people joining ONPASSIVE a day. Now, sounds like a crazy number. But if a company joins ONPASSIVE, they might have 100,000 people in their business. So if you try, I know it's not easy, right? We're not used to it. But if you try to wrap your head around the numbers, when somebody says, man, I hope I get my 3, I have to mute my mic because I don't want them to hear me laugh at them, right? Because you're going to get 3 even if you try not to. The system is going to build for you. And then viral is going to build for the system. It's a win-win-win nonstop. And on top of that, because Ash built the foundation of ONPASSIVE to always be ahead, I want you to I'll give you an example of what I mean. Go look up AI, artificial intelligence, look up artificial intelligence in companies. 80 or 90% of the companies out there right now are repairing. What I mean by repairing, they're rebuilding. They're trying to take a structure that was built for money. How fast can we make the quick buck? Now you've got a company coming in and doesn't care about this. And guess what happens when you don't care about this? You make triple. When you start focusing on value and people and don't focus on money, guess what comes in like crazy? Money. I mean, it's a fact. I've seen it happen. I shared something in a $5 share. I did it like 7 or 8 or 9 times, and 20,000 people shared it. Was that a good return on investment? Freaking right. Now, because Ash doesn't think, okay, I spent 10 million, whatever it is, I don't know what it is, 10 million to do this crazy marketing and branding. Oh, I didn't get my money back tomorrow. That's not how he thinks. He's going to get his money back in X amount of time, and then double that, and then quadruple that, and then quadruple that. And while he's doing that, he's taking some of that money and doing it again. So you put viral on top of viral on top of viral, and we become what? The hunted. We've talked about that before. When you become the hunted, life gets good very quickly. Life gets good quickly. But when you're able to at least have an idea of where we're going, you should be standing straight up, tall, proud of where you are, and don't go to somebody with, I got something I want to offer you. You freak that. You have something they have to have. Put that in your head. They have you have something they need to have. Because I tell you what, when they come back and this viral effect goes all over the world 2 or 3 times, everybody you ever talked to ONPASSIVE about, they're coming back to you and go, wait, that thing you told me a year ago, is that this? That's ONPASSIVE? Yeah. Oh my God, I can't believe I didn't join. I'm not kidding. That will happen too. A viral effect of crow eating. There will be thousands of people pulling crow feathers out of their mouth because they did something, they didn't take a chance. Remember, doors open for everybody in their lifetime. But a door like this, a mansion door, and you kick it closed, you're an idiot. You're an idiot for $97. So anyway, you could be part of this because it's just now getting going. And there's only about 2 weeks left. I bet, my opinion, that there'll be no more founders ever, ever, ever. And if you know about this and you got the information and you don't take it, go buy a shovel because you're already dead. Just dig a hole, have your neighbor help you, jump in that pig and cover yourself. Because if you want to change your life and have choices, this is your change. This is your choice. Anyway, that's all I got.
Thank you so much. I like the concept of the repairing of software that the IT companies out there are doing and that we don't really have to do because we've started from scratch embedding AI. And with the thought of future, what we want for the future, not for just for today. And I think what's special about ONPASSIVE and Ash Mafara is that it's not only money driven, it is driven by the thought of building quality software that meets the needs of people now, as well as in the future, you know? So I wanted one of you tech guys to talk about repairing or I guess you call it patching, bring that concept down so that the ordinary layperson can understand that in terms of software and what ONPASSIVE offers. So either Oliver, Collins, or Vincent, whoever wants to take that one, or all of you. Patching.
Okay, so I'll take it and then Oliver can chip in something. So yes, as Mari Digamo said, a lot of companies, when they started, if you look at the time technology started, they used, at that time, the technology they were using was okay at that time. Artificial intelligence was there, but a lot of people never make use of artificial intelligence, maybe because at that time, the facilities was not there for them to be able to implement it or to use it, to make it in a way where we can use it now. Because remember, artificial intelligence has been there long time ago, more than how many decades, but a lot of people never see the need of it. But thank God, they said God always do something in the right time. In the right time, ONPASSIVE came, this our modern age, and they take hold of artificial intelligence, building every application from scratch, be it old mail, OTech, all the product we have, lots of products. Those who are watching ONPASSIVE have lots and lots of products, which you will see when the door will open, and you'll be amazed. It will shock you, and If you are not part of ONPASSIVE, you will regret, as Marty DeGamo said, not being part of this journey. You know, most companies now, what they do, because when they started, they never make use of artificial intelligence because they have their market, they want to make more money, they just go quick, do things and go. Now, this is the era, and because they want to get market share, it's that you build a house, right? Now you look at it and you said, okay, the house was not something that can carry 2-story building or 5-story or how many stories. You say, now I want to add something, more stories. What will happen? The foundation is not strong. They add a little bit just because they want to do it. So that is what we are talking about, patching, or just put it in a way because they still want to sell. They'll just build a little model with artificial intelligence, plug it in. But again, it's not still solid because the foundation was not with artificial intelligence. And how far can they go? You can't go that far because if you try to do more, it's like building a foundation, try to add more building on top of it. What will happen? Look at Burj Khalifa. We are talking about the Burj Khalifa. It started with a solid foundation. That's why they were able to take it to that height. But a house that doesn't have to build it, okay, just to carry 2 floors, and you decide you want to make it 20 floors, what will happen? Everything will collapse because the foundation wasn't there. So they can go a little bit with little patch, but it will reach a point where they cannot continue. And that is where ONPASSIVE comes. You know, ONPASSIVE built a solid foundation that can take infinite story built with artificial intelligence. Infinite. There is no limit because the foundation is so good. You don't need to do any other thing. You just carry on, and carry on, and carry on. Whatever you throw on ONPASSIVE, that's what Mr. Ashmofara can boldly say, bring it, we'll make it. Because we have the foundation. Most companies don't have it. Because most of the things they use was different from now. So this is the era of artificial intelligence and machine learning, and ONPASSIVE has it all. No way you cannot patch ONPASSIVE. There is no patching. Everything is clean build from scratch to finish. And the best part, Martin Digambo said, is the marketing part. You know, you can build the best product, you cannot market. Artificial intelligence will market for you. Machine learning, selling the product while you sleep. As Warren Buffett said, if you don't look for a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. This artificial intelligence working for us now while we sleep. So we can have that freedom to do other things that we can't have because of our 9 to 5. We don't have time. How many holidays do you have a year? In UK, it's 25 days. You cannot even go anywhere because you go, your holiday is finished. So you work until you die. But now ONPASSIVE is here to give us that freedom where we can do things, you know, travel around the world, help people, bless them with what we'll get from ONPASSIVE, you know, and that's what I want to throw out there. Thank you, Lynn. And
thank you. That really helps me understand the concept of patching and, you know, fixing things. It's sort of like a house. When you have an older house and maybe the plumbing is not right and your roof is leaking, you know, things like that. You have to really consider, are you going to keep fixing and fixing and fixing, or is it better just to buy a new home? I think it's the same similar with software, right? Start it off right, like Ash Mufara is doing, and building for the future, something that will be with us forever and will be solid and workable. That's the way I think of it. Marty?
Yeah, I want to add something. Oh, very good, Collins. Absolutely. You know, the other thing about a lot of companies are doing it now, and including Facebook, they're spending billions to revamp who they are. Here's the problem with patching and repairing. If you're in a company, let me give you an example. You're in a company and you're using that product, you've been using it for years, and then somebody else comes in on passive and the value is breathtaking, the technology is over the hill, and it's AI induced. When you look at that, you look at this and you go, well, I gotta get it. Any company try to save money, right? Or any individual, they want value. So they jump over and they get it. Okay, that happens 3 or 4 times to company A. It's losing people little by little. Company A says, well, what I'm going to do is patch things up to be like them. Here's the problem, a big problem. The consumer that jumped over to the new company on passive, is he going to go back? Never. Never. They don't care what you did. They care what you were. So the only effect or only option is new people going into that company. But new people have the option of ONPASSIVE. So they're not going to go there originally, right? And the guy that left, why would he go back? They had a chance to be like this company. Why are they changing? Because they're forced to. Just use psychology, how people think. When I look for a better offer, I never look back at where I left and go, I wonder if they're doing better. Nobody does that. So jumping ship from one company to another, and then this company says, I'm going to retool, I'm going to rebuild, I'm going to rebrand myself, I'm going to be more heartfelt. It's too late for the guy that left or the woman that left. And then you got to convince the people that now have options. They have options. They can look and say, do I go to company A or do I go to ONPASSIVE? The writing's on the wall, right? The writing's on the wall. And ONPASSIVE has no intentions on mowing people down. They only have an intention on being the best, right? I go back to a story on Amazon, 1973, 74, I don't remember what year, but somewhere in the mid 70s, 90s, 1993, 94, Amazon starts, Jeff Bezos in an attic, and he's selling used books. And they said, why are you doing used books? Because there's millions of them, millions of them. And he's doing pretty well. He had I think 9 people working for him, not 100% sure. But as they're going, his guys come in, they sit around the table, they have their little meeting and say, we got bad news. What? Barnes & Noble has just moved online. And at that time, Barnes & Noble was Goliath compared to David, which is Amazon, okay? And David, Amazon, Jeff Bezos, smart guy, said, well, we can't beat them in a fist fight. They'll kick the dog crap out of us, right? So what did they focus on? They focused on what got them there to begin with, which is the customer. Let's give the customer value and let Barnes & Noble take care of Barnes & Noble. Where is Barnes & Noble today? That's the point. Yeah, that's right. That's what I'm trying to say. You can't retool and rethink your business when you have another business like ONPASSIVE as the alternative. Because once people go to ONPASSIVE, why would they go back to anything they did? Because it's better? No. Because now they're better? Nobody does that. You don't go to a restaurant and don't like the service or the food tastes horrible, and then find a restaurant you absolutely love, and anywhere in your mind do you go, hey, let's go out to eat. Let's try that bad place again. Nobody does that. Nobody in their right mind does it. I hope I made sense there, but that's what I was trying to say.
That makes sense to me. When I look at me as a consumer, when I'm going to shop for something, what am I looking for? I'm looking for good value. I'm looking for quality products at the lowest prices and with good customer service. And when I find that place, I go back and back and back again. I don't go to other places. It will be the same with ONPASSIVE. When they discover that ONPASSIVE has the very, very best digital products that are user-friendly, accessed in one location, integrated, all under one umbrella at the lowest prices, guess what? They're going to stay. They're going to come and never, ever leave. Why would they ever leave? And also having the option to make money as well as they use the product. So, I don't think, as we say, we don't think there's going to be competition for ONPASSIVE. To me, there's not going to be much competition because what we offer is unique. Mm-hmm. Oliver, Collins, Vincent, any thoughts on that?
Yes, I just want to throw a little bit on the patching, the continuation from work, my brother Collins. Already the CEO told us one time last year that we'll have a template now. We'll have a template. So we will not patch because we have a template for new invention that is coming. The foundation, we have it. Now, we will not, ONPASSIVE will not do much about patching. We will do more on monitoring and maintenance. We'll talk about that next week. But I just want to I want to make us to understand that in ONPASSIVE, we will not be, the patching will be very limited, but we will do more on, they will monitor our systems or our technologies, then we maintenance work will be done on it. And patching, there's a limit, as my brother Connie just said, there's a limit that you can do, that you can patch. That's why, like, if you see, I don't want to call names of this products, that you always see that you patch level this to level this patching, upgrade on this patching. There'll come a limit that you can't do it again. It will stop, because if you continue, it will crash your whole system, and that's a lot of money for that company. So that is the advantage that we do have on ONPASSIVE. That is why we have to look at this and see that this is the advantage we got. That we have limited patching. Or what we do, we just monitor our system, make sure that security, everything, the bad guys will not come in. They will do continuous maintenance and continuous delivering that we talked about last week. The CEO mentioned it on the roundtable, the continuous delivering part of it that we talked last weekend about it. So the system, AI, will do a lot of the work. Like the CEO told us last time that, GoDaddy, they do have almost 6,000 employees. He's not going to hire 6,000 employees. Because what? Why? AI will do the job. AI will do the job. The patching stuff, we are not going to have it. It came again because we're not going to patch. We look at artificial intelligence, machine learning department, training department. That will be building, continuous building, using AI, machine learning to build. All the junior level IT guys, the data scientists, the junior level ones, they will be perfecting, conducting experiments with different with the algorithms, perfect all the products. All our products will be perfected based on that. Limited patching on that also. Come to again our technology. We will not do a lot of patching because most companies now, they use IPv4. ONPASSIVE, we have IPv4 and IPv6 hybrid. There'll be lesser patching in those technology, So all what we do, I'll come back again. We'll elaborate on it next week about monitoring and maintenance. That is what that ONPASSIVE will be doing. So you see now that we are ahead of all the companies, all the tech industry out there. They will not be able to compete with us because it will get to a limit with that technology that they will stop. You push it, everything crash. That's a lot of money cost for the company. And you will see, Lynn just said something here, user-friendly, cost-effective. CEOs will refer other CEOs. Go to ONPASSIVE. Their products, quality products, you cut down costs. Any CEO will want to cut down costs. How do you cut down costs? ONPASSIVE will have viable products, cost-effective. The products that are there, the company will make more money. They will not employ too much. They will not have too much employees around because AI is doing the job. Artificial intelligence, 100% automated, and the integration part, they're all in, playing around. Limited patching, just you monitor your system and you do the maintenance. So I just want to bring this point out for us to understand the technology. Like 4 of us will always talk about the 3s, that our system is sophisticated, superior, and secured. If you look at our data center also, our CEO said that is hybrid. Data center, artificial intelligence, cloud is hybrid. What do we maintain? What do we patch there? Nothing. We just do monitoring and maintenance, limited patching. So that's I want to make us to understand how sophisticated, how secure, how superior ONPASSIVE products And our technology, like the CEO say, we are 5 years ahead of all. We are, even for me, we are more than 5 years ahead of any other company. By the time they want to get to where we are, we'll take another step ahead because we have artificial intelligence department, machine learning training department that will train, and more, they'll be perfecting our technology. So I want to leave it there for Anteline.
Thank you very much. That is very reassuring to me as a layperson, because now I get it. You know, when I use a particular webinar platform, I've been using it for many years, and I often wonder why there are not significant improvements being made. For example, the clarity of the images and the videos is bad. It lags. It's not very reliable. It has a lot of glitches. It's not stable. It's not very user-friendly, in my opinion. It's very difficult to find the correct controls that you want to locate. And I often wonder, and also people can come into this webinar and crash it. They can display pornography and other inappropriate videos and images during your webinar, and you can't do anything about it. You can't even remove them. They keep coming back. So when I was wondering why that particular webinar company hasn't improved itself, given the fact that they're very successful. But now it makes sense to me, because you can only patch to a certain extent. So that really helps me understand why ONPASSIVE is really going to dominate the market, because our products are AI embedded. We're going to be light years ahead of the competition, in my opinion. So thank you for explaining that to me. Appreciate it. Marty?
Yeah, on top of that, though, if you think about it, the other reason that about patching is they don't do it because they don't have to. Think about it. It costs money. Why would they do it? They're making a lot of money. Like you just said, Zoom made billions of dollars just who they were. The mistake was it'll turn out to be a flash in the pan, because down the road, because they didn't do it, like you said, and they could have done it. Okay, they could have done it. But because you're surrounding yourself with shareholders who want that fast money and big money, and the concept of the company is not about value, they're going to get caught with their pants down, because now there's a company out there, I think you guys know what it is, called ONPASSIVE, that's going to force them and let them know that what you've been doing is okay up to now. Now they're going to be forced to do it. That's a big difference. If they'd have done it and kept improving every year and all that, we'd have probably had some trouble, other than value money-wise, of taking them over. People would be happy. But when it's value of money and value of technology, you can't beat that. And you guys talked about it a few weeks ago. It costs a lot of money to stay caught up. But if you're the only one in the race, why do it? And as far as the guy, even if he gets ahead, he's going to keep looking farther ahead. That's how you need to think in this industry, especially when technology has changed even since we've been in this webinar. Really. So I hope that made sense.
Okay.
Totally makes sense. Vincent,
yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay, thank you, Anteline. Yeah. Okay. I would like to add a bit about the patching, like my brother Oliver Collins and Martin said it. And then also they have also some consequences and the part of the patching, because I know some where, like my brother Oliver said, I don't want to mention the name, but sometimes when you do a patching of some company software, it might affect your system, and then the whole system can crash, because sometimes the patching is not compatible what you have your system you have in place. So you can crash your system. So we need to sometimes you need to roll back, or maybe what they have in the patching, the update of that patching can even affect the whole system, the whole company, and then the software is down. So we need to sometimes roll back before and then go back to them, make sure that the patching is more with the system. So the patching is also costing. It's not only a effective time. You can do a patching today and then the whole system crash. You like we can start to do a patching from Zoom, and then we are using, they can do it, and then we can crash our system. We cannot be maybe compatible with the system we are using. So the crashing is not always positive way. Sometimes it could be a negative way, and then it can crash your system. You can lose money before the engineers who did the patching can roll back the system so that it's okay, let's use it what we used before, because the patching, the latest patching is not compatible with our system. So we have to work on that. But on passive, this is not going to happen. We know with a zero tolerance is a zero fault. So everything is prepared ahead. So we won't get to that stage as those big giants they are facing, because we know sometimes we're patching our system, one of our Windows system, and then the whole application we're using the system, the whole system crash. So we have to roll back the system, go back to them, reanalyze it, and then before the patching, maybe a few months later, we try again, and then it was successful. Now all this time is also wasting our money. But with ONPASSIVE, with the real effective system we have, embedded with artificial intelligence system, this is not going to happen in our lifetime. It's not going to happen. But those whole system is going to happen to them. But our system is built in such a way that this patching will not going to affect our system. So this is a bit I would like to add.
That is wonderful news. I'm happy about that. Collins, did you want to say something? You gotta unmute.
Marty.
Oh, okay. Let's have Marty speak first. Go ahead, Marty.
I'm sorry I'm talking so much, but you guys are
No, not at all.
You're reminding me of stuff. I'm actually going to ask you tech guys a question. There's a difference between patching, because patching sounds like you're forced to do it, or building. I think patching, you're more likely to make a mistake because you're forced to do it, right? You're doing it under necessity. If you're building, you have time, you're thinking, it's part of the process. And when you're done with it, you've got, wow, this is amazing. But I think companies, and I'm asking you guys really, because in my mind, I'm thinking all these companies now repairing or patching, that can't be the same as you're in a drawing room. Here's where we want to go. That we want to always be 10 years, 5 years ahead, and you build that way. And even if you're building that way as you're running, and you say, well, that's not quite as good as I want, you do a little tweak here, a little tweak here. But tweaking and patching, am I right that there's a much bigger chance of the results not being as good as you want when you're doing it under necessity, like you were being forced by other companies to catch up? Am I right there? I would think.
Yeah, you are right, Maddie. You know, like we said earlier, you are very, very correct. So for instance, let's take it like you want to be 10-story building. You said, okay, I've just done everything. Your mind, your design was to build 10-story building. So now time changes and you discover, oh, I have more customers. I need more room, but there is no space. You take off the roof, you say, no, I want to add more. That is patching you are doing because the foundation was not there to carry that 20-story building. Now you're doing it because you are forced to, because you want to get more customers. So it's the same with software. Some people design it, they say, we want to get only this. This is what we can sell. And they know they'll make so much money because they didn't have the foresight to think about the market. They were just like, I want to get it now. Then, for instance, we have unlimited. They never build their system to have unlimited. Now, when they want to extend it, what they are doing now, they are patching because they are building using modern technology, because the outdated technology they use, we call it legacy technology, outdated technology they use, was not capable. It wasn't like meant to hold that amount. Now they want to use a latest technology to force it with old technology. And what will happen? It will crash. So now you need to try to do a lot of combination, try to coding and stuff. But what you are doing, you are forcing a new technology to work with an old technology, which is not really sustainable. And that's what is happening with most of the other companies. And they're finding it difficult. With time, you see everything will just collapse. The time that we have banking system and everything just crashed, people couldn't withdraw their money because People try to force new technology with old technology. It's like taking a new wine, you want to put it in an old jar. What will happen? It will burst. So I'll leave it there. Madi, you are right.
Oh, I think Oliver, need to unmute.
Oliver, unmute. You are.
Yeah, hello.
Go ahead. You were speaking.
No, I was not talking. I was just to add on what we've been talking about patching, and I just want to say it's better to build a new system with latest technology, like what ONPASSIVE is doing. It's expensive. It's expensive, but the value that it will bring, it will be far more better than when you start patching. Because when you start patching, the cost, you will still come back to build a new system. So my advice is that what the CEO has done with our products, we are ahead of all tech companies. With our technical background, we've not seen something like this. And we are ahead of all the tech companies, and we will be leading. Already we are starting from the top. I think sky is the limit. Or not, it's not even going to be in the limit, because our CEO did his groundwork. He did all his groundwork. He reviewed all the other products. He looked into all the products, look at their gaps before ONPASSIVE products were put together. And we are at the right place at the right time. Yesterday was a wonderful day. And I think we are in the journey. We should enjoy this journey. We are going to dominate the market, the technology market. We are dominating, and we will dominate based on our technology. We are dominating, and we will dominate forever. So, hey guys, we're hanging there. We are on the right track. And our CEO is a very destructive person. Big heart, fearless tiger or lion in the forest. Fearless tiger in the forest. He bulldozes everything and going. It's like a bulldozer caterpillar that is bulldozing and going. Fear that is not, is afraid of nothing. That is the heart of Mr. Ash Mufara. I will say, Mr. Ash, thank you and God bless you.
Thank you, Oliver. So now we will give our final comments as we wrap up our webinar today. We'll have Vincent speak next.
Oh, thank you, Uncle Lynn. Yeah, to hand it with what we discussed today, I think like Marada, Oliver, and Colin said, once you patch, there are some limits for patching. So after patching, like other big giants they used to do, after patching, they realize that they cannot go forward. So what they do, they release a new product. So we know that they can't go above, like Colin said, if you want to build 10-story building, once you are 10, you try. At the end, you can do more. Only thing you need to do is to start a new building, start completely brand new building, and then think ahead that I want to get to 20 storage building, and then it works fine. So that's what ONPASSIVE we are doing. Our software we are building, we are doing it. We have thinking ahead that we will go to maybe 20, no planning for 10, and then we start patching, but we starting ahead, going above maybe 20, so we don't have to patch. So for the next coming years, we're still on the run, and then nothing will happen. Everything with the security on track, above, left and right, we are on the move, and nothing can stop us. With our intelligence system in place, we are on good position to dominate the world, and then to dominate all the IT giants in the world. So to end, thanks Antilene for this wonderful webinar. Thanks Baramati for also good contribution. Thank you, Brother Collins. Thank you, Brother Oliver. And also thanks all the participants today. Without you guys, we can talk to ourselves. So we thank you also to be here. And finally, we wish you, all of you, happy Easter, because tomorrow is Easter. So happy Easter to all, and God bless ONPASSIVE, because we are on it to win it. God bless you all.
Thank you, Vincent. Collins?
Yes, thank you, Lynn, and thank you, Marty Digamo. You know, you are the driving pillar behind Pro. So always appreciate you for, for putting everything together, and just want to thank our CEO. As I always said, our CEO is a guru in IT and a guru in marketing. So he really knows what we need. As somebody asked last time, he said, are we going to build everything? I said, yeah, we're not going to build everything. The SaaS will not build for building's sake. They will build because we need it, not because we want it. They will never give you your want, but they'll give you what you need. In life, not everything you want, you really need it. But there are things that are necessary, and things that are necessary, things that we cannot do without it. What Mr. Ashbra will do, he said, we will do it. He never used the words I. He said, we. He always put the founder as we, because the founders, are more respected. He said, you people are adding more value. Without the founders, there will be no ONPASSIVE. So we just want to thank the viewers and those who come. Know that we really love you, and you just keep it tight, hold it. Know that the best is yet to come, because this is ONPASSIVE, a technology company, and it is disruptive. That will change life of many. But we are here and we are holding it tight because we know what is coming. What is coming is something that is really crazy. I can't even think about it, because now I can't even sleep. Just thinking about ONPASSIVE, I can't even sleep. I don't know how many times I sleep a day. So I just want to thank Antiline and thank you, Madi. It was amazing. And yesterday, we just craving for ONPASSIVE. Thanks.
Yes, there's nothing better than ONPASSIVE. And finally, we have Marty DeGarmo, who will wrap it up for us with his comments. Go ahead, Marty.
Well, I don't know how we could make it any better than it was. Very good meeting. I see we had like 50 more people visiting this time. It's going to grow every week because you guys are giving value. Once again, value pays off. No, thanks for everything. I think we'll have plenty to say every week. Why? Because we're going to have the Friday before. So we got a big thing going next Friday and the Friday after and the Friday after. So no, I'm really happy with the meeting. I hope and I believe we added value to people, and that's what we're here for. And it's working, and people are interested, and educating people are helping them think of the bigger picture, makes them also a tighter chain and a tighter business and tighter people. Tighter people make it a movement and not just a company. So yeah, I'm very happy, and thank you very much, everybody, for being here. And I had a good, I enjoyed it. Very good.
Thank you, Marty. Well, thank you everyone for being here. This is OTech Pros webinar held every Saturday, and the usual time is 5 p.m. Eastern time. So next Saturday, our topic is going to be continuous monitoring and maintenance. And if you don't know what that means, that's fine, because we're going to explain the concept to you in a way that you will understand. All right. So join us next week. Thank you all for being here. This was live streamed. Therefore, if you want to share this video, the recording, you can just go to YouTube, to any of the main YouTube channels, and share this video. Share with all your friends, your family, with everyone. We want to spread the knowledge so that everybody understands IT. Thank you again, everyone, for being here. Bye-bye for now.
Bye-bye, guys. Yeah, we need
Love
to
you all.
win
Yeah.
it.
See you at the top.
See you. See you.
See you at the